So what's funny is I just shot a video about a comment I received from someone saying that I look good for my age, which is 36. And so now, I mean, within like an hour of that comment coming through, I received another one. And it's a complete opposite. But I want to talk about it because I think it's fundamentally important to the teachings of Nick Shell. So the video is called Attempting to Make My Norwood 3 Look Worse on Purpose. It was kind of a throwaway video, and I even questioned whether I should even release it. I like sat on it for a day before I even published. I thought, will anyone care? But actually, it's actually gaining some traction, and I'm glad I did now. But Jean-Luc Bergman had this to say, quote, "Your crown has been turning to rubbish over the past year or two. Norwood 3, but going towards a Norwood 5 pattern," end quote. Now, when I hear that, my emotions are not changed at all. Why? Because I'm taking no stock in my hair. I focus on all these other things that make me valuable to society and myself. So obviously this thing doesn't bother me. In fact, what I'm going to say is, yes, I am hanging on to Norwood 3. And I agree, there's a good chance I'm going to go like from Norwood 3, pretty much just warp zone straight to Norwood 5. I mean, I'm so ready for it. But it's just funny. If I were a Marvel superhero, because I'm going to go see Spider-Man tomorrow. If I were a Marvel superhero, my superpower would be, I'd be the Marvel Avenger or whatever that's losing his hair, but that he completely wouldn't care. And so that you've got all these villains around him like, "Ah, you're going bald." And I'd be like, "Yeah." And then they'd be like, but doesn't that bother you? Doesn't that make you weak? I don't know why that's like some kind of weird Eastern European accent, but the villain in this movie apparently does. And I said, no. And then from there, you know, I just do like my super just, and then he just flies over the fence into the soybean field. And like, that's the end of the scene. Like, that's my Marvel superhero power. Like, I love having that power. Like, listen to me. I have power. I do. I have a lot of power. And I own that power. And that's the power to not let my hair loss worry me at all. And I know that so many of my viewers watch because of that. And I've talked about this before, but it's called the proximity effect. The people in your social circle, those people affect you more than anybody else. So by watching me 2 or 3 times a day, you're getting a healthy dose of that. Whereas there's plenty of people to tell you, hey, your crown is thinning, you're losing your looks. There's plenty of people that may tell you that. And maybe the real person is the bully in the mirror. That's you telling yourself that. But I definitely have a superpower. I want to close with this. So as you know, I'm a blogger also, not just a YouTuber. I'm a blogger also. So I make money on the side from my blog, Family Friendly Daddy blog, which none of you have ever seen. And on that, if I mention a product, I may get paid a couple $100s or whatever. So there's this network that I'm part of, and the owner, the CEO of the agency, she and I were talking on Facebook. She actually hadn't directly talked to me in a couple years. She was asking me what was new. I said, okay, you know, I have a second kid now, and I'm a YouTuber, and I've got like 1,700 subscribers, and it's about hair loss. And of course, her reaction was immediately to laugh, because she knows what I look like, and it's ironic. For the real world, they always just laugh, or they're confused, or they laugh and then they're confused on how I can make money from talking about hair loss. But she followed up by saying, she says, you know, actually, there's definitely a market for that. She says, my ex-husband, he was bald, and I know the struggle is real. So that's part of what's really working for me in this channel, is I know my superpower. I know that I have a superpower. I have something infectious that so many people want, and that is to know that they're losing their hair and to just manage it until it's gone and then be done with it, because they put so much focus on all this other stuff, like being an encouraging, positive person like I am, an engaging person. It's funny because I know that that's what actually matters. It's my superpower. Now, here's what's amazing about this. And young 15-year-old guys often, this will fly right over them and they'll hate me even more for saying it. But just imagine if you had the superpower that I have to not care about your hair loss. Because remember, I too once was a teenager. When I was 19 or 20, I really saw it starting to go up. And I thought, man, there's no way I'm gonna keep my hair. I'm just gonna hold on while I can. And then amazingly, I've still got this much hair. But this superpower has served me well. It's almost like I've jinxed something. You know what? Let me just throw that at you. Let me just throw this at you to try to jinx it, okay? What if you could become brainwashed by Nick Shell to get to the point where you are ready for your hair loss just to happen because you care enough about other things in your life and value it in your life otherwise, and you don't care anymore. And then you jinx it and don't really lose your hair. Now, I know that the comment says that I'm going bald, but again, I'm 36. I'm lucky to have this much hair. But what if you just keep that mentality that, you know what, it's fine, I can lose my hair. I can still be an attractive, manly, engaging person that the whole world will love with or without my hair. What if you keep that with you and then you don't lose your hair anyway? But either way, you're set. That's the superpower that I have. That's the superpower that I'm trying to share with you. That's the superpower I want you to take from me, because I'm giving it to you. Take it from me because I'm giving it to you. Giving and taking. Giving and taking.